Well, looks like it's time once again for another exciting episode of
Allegedly grown men watching a kid's show.
So, I was gonna do this whole intro about how there's never been a more mediocre CG movie franchise that ruined the entire world like Despicable Me. But then I remembered that we all survived Shrek. For those of you who are ancient like me, do you remember how huge Shrek was? The franchise, not the guy. We had Shrek Ketchup, okay? The unfunniest guys in school who always had 3 dance team girls fighting over them for some reason. Their entire personality was quoting Shrek and Napoleon Dynamite. And Despicable Me was basically that, but more successful, and now there's another one coming out? There's been 6 of these movies if you count the Minion spin-offs, okay? I mean, at least Shrek knew when to call it quits. I mean, there's only been 6. Oh, okay, never mind. Anyway, Despicable Me, the 2010 Illumination movie that set the meme world on fire. I tell you what, your mom's Facebook feed has never been the same again. Music by Hans Zimmer? What the heck was this movie? This dude probably worked on Despicable Me and Inception at the same time. Anyway, so continuing my quest through every 2000s movie that appeals to me in any way at all, I figured it was time to absolutely demolish the few brain cells I have left and check out Despicable Me. So, as if you didn't already know, the main character of our story is this guy, Gru. There's something so hilarious to me about Gru living in a planned suburban neighborhood, you know? Just the most soul-sucking place you could ever live. And then Gru has to fight the evilest supervillain of all, the head of the HOA. I peaked in high school and now my wife won't let me see the kids anymore, so I take it out on you by complaining about your garbage cans every other week. Anyway, so this is Gru, the local supervillain. The setup of the world here is that there's a bunch of villains out there doing villain stuff. No superheroes though, just villains. And all of them are in competition with each other to see who can do the worst evil stuff. Okay, so here's what we do. We make girls' clothes so thin they have to buy 7 layers at a time, right? And then we make up a bunch of stuff about how all the clothes they just bought are gonna go out of fashion 4 months from now, and they have to buy all new ones or else they're gonna look stupid. However, one day, someone steals an entire Egyptian pyramid.
Tonight, as it was discovered that the Great Pyramid of Giza had been stolen and replaced by a giant inflatable replica. There is panic throughout the globe as countries and citizens try to protect their beloved landmark. Which of the world's villains is responsible for this heinous crime? And where will he strike next?
So this villain, whoever it is, has just made all the other villains look real dumb, you know what I mean? So obviously Gru's not gonna stand for any of this nonsense, so he assembles his minions and has to come up with some kind of master plan to get back on top of the game, even though he never was anyway, but whatever.
You guys have probably heard about this other villain who stole the pyramids. Apparently it's a big deal. Am I upset? A little, but we have had a pretty good year ourselves. And you guys are all right in my book. No raises.
Yeah, I can't give you any raises because I just bought a new yacht, you know how it is. But to show how much I care about you, here's the cheapest pizza I could find. Please don't unionize. So as we come to find out later, Gru's plan is that he's gonna steal the moon because it's bigger than a pyramid, in case you didn't know. And then that will make him the greatest villain of all time, right next to whoever decided that young Sheldon needed 7 seasons. And one big reason he cares so much about this, as we come to find out, is because of his mom.
Mom, someday I'm going to go to the moon.
Oh, I'm afraid you're too late, son. NASA isn't sending the monkeys anymore.
Look, Mom, I made the prototype of the rocket out of macaroni.
So his motivation for everything he does is because he wants his mom to be proud of him or something. So he heads on over to the Bank of Evil, formerly Lehman Brothers. This movie coming out in 2010 and having this, it's not even that funny, but it just cracked me up. Anyway, so he goes into the bank, and while he's waiting, he meets this other incredibly annoying villain guy, Vector.
Vector! That's me, because I'm committing crimes with both direction and magnitude. Oh, yeah!
Yeah, maybe you could just, never do that again. But quick aside here, okay? All the characters in this movie look like how body dysmorphia makes you think you look, you know what I mean? The way Kelsey and our friends talk about themselves sometimes, it's they literally think they're built like Gru or Vector or frickin' Mike Wazowski, as if this isn't just the hottest physique anyone could ever have. I'm seriously though, girls will look like this and then they'll be like, okay, seriously, why do I literally look like a Minions character? Although to be fair, Elon Musk does look exactly like this dude, so there is that. Anyway, so Gru goes in to talk to the bank guy to try and get a loan so he can build something to allow him to steal the moon. But to do this, Gru needs a shrink ray, which, funny story, he does not have at the moment.
Look, Gru, the point is, there are a lot of new villains out there. Younger than you, hungrier than you, younger than you. Like that young fellow out there named Vector. He just stole a pyramid.
Wait, hold on a second. This guy? This dude? This guy's the greatest villain of all time? This is just that weird kid at school who went on to study STEM in college because he was like, you all make fun of me now, but just you wait till the day you're washing my car, which would be bad because blue-collar jobs are the worst thing you could ever do, apparently. So the bank guy basically says he'll talk to Gru again about a loan and all that if he can get the shrink ray. So he goes to steal it from whoever has it, but then what do you know? Vector shows up and steals it from him. Can you believe it?
So long, Gru!
Quick! We can't let him get away! Up ahead! Up ahead! Fire! Fire now!
Minions are funny. This coffee's broken. I'm still tired. Okay, so Vector now has the shrink ray, and Gru needs it to steal the moon, and also get a bank loan so he can do all this in the first place. But Vector's lair is very inconspicuous and airtight. There's no way Gru's getting in there. Okay, so, flashing sideways, we meet the other three main characters of this movie. These three girls, Agnes, Margot, and Edith, who all kind of look like characters from Recess, you know what I mean? Anyway, these three girls are orphans who live in this, like, happy rainbow unicorn house for girls, or whatever this is.
Hi, Miss Hattie. We're back.
Hello, girls.
Anybody come to adopt us while we were out?
No.
A mud pie.
You're never gonna get adopted, Edith. You know that, don't you?
Yeah, I know.
You know, when doing these videos like I've done over the years, like something I've noticed is how there's so many kids movies about how adults hate kids. Like, you know, Gru's mom, this lady, there's every Roald Dahl movie like Matilda, James the Giant Peach or whatever. It's like, there's something profoundly dark about having kids movies be about how like adults hate you and then kids are like, wow, this movie really speaks to me. Now, these three girls have been going around selling cookies to fund the orphanage, I assume. And at the beginning of the movie, they tried to sell some cookies to Gru, which went about as well as when anyone comes to my front door for literally any reason.
Cookies for sale.
Go away! I'm not home!
Yes you are. I heard you.
No, you didn't. This is a recording.
Hey there, Mither, I noticed your roof is looking a little... No, it's not. I had it replaced a year ago. Hey, Throth, talk to your neighbors about changing their pest control company. I don't know my neighbors. I don't care what they do. Peer pressure doesn't work on me. Hey there, Thur, have you heard of a man named Joseph Smith? And so when thinking about how to get into Vector's lair, Gru sees these girls selling him cookies, and then he figures he can use them to get in and steal the shrink ray somehow. And of course that's great for them because they want to be adopted, obviously.
And please watch over us. And bless that we'll have a good night's sleep. And bless that while we're sleeping, no bugs will crawl into our ears and lay eggs in our brains.
Oh, you're one of these kids. Okay, yep. The beanie really should have been my first clue.
And please bless that someone will adopt us soon. And that the mommy and daddy will be nice. And have a pet unicorn. Unicorns, I love them. Unicorns, I love them. Unicorn, I love them.
Anyway, so like I said, Gru realizes he can use these girls for his master plan. So he heads on over to the orphanage to adopt them, which is the thing you can just do, apparently.
Oh, and I see you have made a list of some of your personal achievements. Thank you for that. I love reading.
Yeah, okay, as if you're not spending every weekend reading the entire Taken by the T-Rex extended universe. Taken by the T-Rex. Ravished by the Triceratops. That time I got drunk and yeeted a love potion and a werewolf. 16% off!
And I see you have been given the Medal of Honor and knighthood.
Dude, every soccer mom on Facebook is just losing their minds right now. I'm hiding from exercise. I'm in the fitness protection program. But yeah, so after talking for about 7 minutes, this lady lets this dude walk out with 3 little girls. You ever think about how crazy this whole orphanage thing was? Like Annie or Ann with an E or whatever. It's like, hey there, how's it going? Monaco McGillicuddy here. I would like one 10-year-old girl, please. Ah, yes, good sir, here you are. I will ask no further questions. And so now Gru is the proud father of these 3 little boopers.
Somebody broke that.
Okay. Clearly we need to set some rules. Rule number 1. You will not touch anything.
Uh-huh. What about the floor?
Yes, you may touch the floor.
What about the air?
You know, there's nothing worse than kids like this, okay? And trust me, I know a thing or two about that, okay? I mean, I was this kid till I was like 27.
You will not cry, or whine, or laugh, or sneeze, or bark, or fart. No annoying sounds, right?
Does this count as annoying?
Why is this girl the cutest thing ever? How did the Minions get to be the most popular? They're easily the worst part of these movies. Respect your parents. They pass school without Google. I can't, I'm sorry, I can't keep doing this. That's it, I'm out, I'm done, I can't do this. Okay, so long story short, Gru and all his little dudes make these robot cookies so when the girls go deliver them to Vector, the cookies will help them sneak in and steal the shrink ray, somehow. But along the way, Gru gets wrapped up in these little adventures that the girls want to do, like going to an amusement park and winning Agnes a giant unicorn.
It's a fluffy!
Or going with them to their dance recital practice thing, whatever this is.
And 1, and 2,
Here you go.
3.
What is it?
Your ticket to the dance recital. You are coming, right?
Of course, of course.
Pinky promise?
Oh, yes. My pinky promises.
And then, of course, when he puts them to bed with those sweet friggin' rocket bomb beds? Man, I want a bed like this. You kidding me? This would fix me so fast.
Okie dokie, belly bye. All tucked in, sweet dreams.
Just so you know, you're never gonna be my dad.
Uh-oh, nothing scarier than a 10-year-old hitting her emo phase. You'll never be my dad. Now hurry up and take me to Hot Topic so I can get more arm warmers and hang out with my boyfriend Steve. He's so cool, he's in 7th grade. Anyway, so he puts them all to bed and they beg him to read their favorite bedtime story, Kidnapped by One Direction.
3 little kittens loved to play. They had fun in the sun all day. Then their mother came out and said, "Time for kittens to go to bed." Wow, this is garbage.
This guy just distilled my whole job into one sentence. But okay, so finally, it's time to steal the shrink ray, which they actually managed to do despite some hilarious shenanigans. And then Gru can get the rest of the money he needs to steal the moon. Wham bam, bibbidi bow. All of his mommy issues are solved.
Well done, Gru. Rather impressive.
Now, the rest of the plan is simple. I fly to the moon. I shrink the moon. I grab the moon. I sit on the toilet. What?
Oh, that's where the meme format comes from. I see it all the time. But because of all these silly little girl antics going on, like this, the big boss man has had it with Gru and is not gonna give him any more money for anything ever again. Just like his mom always says, he's a no good, good for nothing, making Jesus cry with your internet search history. Why would you even look for Ninja Turtles Rule 34, Alex? Who does that? But Gru doesn't need any of that stupid bank money, okay? He can do it all by himself. So he puts all the minions to work on his master plan. He said, "But yeah, hilarious." Now, the day he's scheduled to steal the moon is also the girls' dance recital, which he pinky promised he would go to. So he kind of hems and haws about maybe changing the moon stealing date, you know, as you do. But his assistant guy over here is not having any of these little girl shenanigans, thank you very much. And he goes behind Gru's back to return the girls to the orphanage.
Oh, Miss Hattie, what are you doing here?
I'm here for the girls. I received a call that you wanted to return them.
But Oh. I will get the girls ready.
And so, long story short, Gru does indeed steal the moon and realizes that he has just enough time to fly over to the dance recital. Because even if they aren't his kids anymore, he did promise, you know what I'm saying? But when he gets there, it's too late. He broke his pinky promise. But more important than that, if such a thing were even possible, this happens.
Sorry, buddy. Show's over.
Over?
That's right, Vector, of all people, not wanting to be outdone by Gru, has stolen the girls away and will only give them back if Gru gives him the moon. So, Gru complies with that because over the course of the movie, he's found something more important than fame or notoriety. He found family.
Mr. Gru, up here! Mr. Gru!
Okay, girls, you're going to have to jump.
Jump? Are you insane?
Don't worry, I will catch you.
You gave us that!
I know, and it is the worst mistake I ever made.
and he vows to never again let the girls go. And the whole moon stealing thing doesn't even matter anyway, because throughout the movie we've been seeing how, crazy plot twist, the shrinkage wears off after a while. Which it does eventually, okay? You just caught me at a bad time, honey. And the moon goes right back up where it was, sending Vector into space.
Oh, poop.
Yes, indeed. Poop. And so the movie ends with Gru reuniting with the girls, and he reads them his own bedtime story he wrote for them all by himself.
By who wrote this? Oh, me! I wrote it. Oh, look, it's a puppet book. Here, watch this. That's the horn.
The Finkelstein bears avoid copyright infringement. Once upon a time, there were two bears who had gotten into the habit of summoning eldritch monsters while watching TV. One day, their mom noticed they were chubbier from the side and from the back because Mom has no chill. But Mama, they protested, you're already dummy thick. Mama took their snacks anyway because her marriage was on the rocks. There's no use arguing with your mother when she's made up her mind, Papa said with a 1,000-yard stare. Then, looking into the refrigerator, he said, why do we have two fridges in the kitchen? I don't know. Why do you have a secret WhatsApp chat with a 19-year-old babysitter? That night, they feasted on the blood of their enemies. They could almost taste the screams of terror. Mama was always ready with unhelpful backhanded comments. Then it was time for bazookas and carrot sticks. They won a prize for being the only family to finish off the whole neighborhood with bazookas. And Papa awoke the eldritch being who devoured reality forever. Aww. The end. And that's pretty much the end of the movie. You know, to be honest, this movie's actually a lot better than I thought it would be. I mean, like I said, the minions are by far the worst part. Like, why are they even still a thing? But them aside, the story of Gru being the villain, but then his heart grows 3 sizes because the little girls turn him into the parent that he wishes he had growing up and all that. Like, I don't know, there's just something very wholesome and adorable about most of this movie. The movie's like 60% that and then 40% this.
Ooh, jazzy.
But it made back almost 10 times its budget and gave us the worst possible timeline to live in, so. But hey, depending on how well this video does, maybe I'll do the rest of them in time for Despicable Me 4. I don't know, we'll see. Hey everybody, thanks for watching this video. If you liked it, please watch another one, because that's how the algorithm works. So click on this one that's being recommended to you right now, right here on the screen. It actually helps a lot if you do that, because that's how YouTube knows that my videos are worth caring about. Also, if you have any movies or TV shows you'd like to recommend, send me an email at alexmeyerscontact@gmail.com, and I'll put them on my absurdly long list of movies that I need to get to at some point. Anyway, hope I made your day a little bit better, and I'll see you all next time.